Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight with the Wheels America Racing Series with Hutchinson Motorsports TV on the call. Tonight, we are at Watkins Glen doing a little bit of road course action. Qualifying has started here as all of our drivers are out on the track. Tonight, we've got about, I don't know, we'll call it 22 to 25 drivers signed in, I believe, here tonight with Flim Dogs Racing League. Tonight's race is the Wheels America Racing 110. We're going to take a quick break here, but don't you worry, you're not going to miss a lap on Hutchinson Motorsports TV as we go HMS TV side by side. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be right back for the start of this one.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Clear all around. Clear.
Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Watkins Glen for the Wheels America Racing 110 with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Right now, we're finishing up qualifying, folks, and I think it's about official. I'm going to go ahead and call it quick time. Frankie Barroso, top of the board with a 110.19. So he's going to kick off from the pole position here tonight. He's definitely got some speed. I was watching him in practice, and he is absolutely the car to beat. But the last car out there to qualify right now looks to be Jack Scoville right there in the 56 machine. They call him John, Jack, whatever you want to call him. All we know is he is slow, and he is junk. Let's hop on board. I have not been impressed with John Scoville. He's going to qualify in the 11th position as he heads down pit road. He is the final car to qualify. So it looks like we're going to have Barroso on top, followed by Tucker, Steinhoff, Mealy, Fye, bumping Ron Jesse Becker, Christian Taylor in 7th, followed by Keller, Marante, and Fleming to round out your top 10 here for the Wheels America Racing 110. As always, folks, we appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to click that like button on the video for us. Subscribe to the channel. Larry McReynolds is definitely going to let you know if you have not clicked that subscribe button. But we're just kicking back here, relaxing. Watkins Glen action, you know, it is a holiday week with Thanksgiving coming up. We hope you guys have some good and fun Thanksgiving plans. Maybe get some shopping done. In the meantime, Connor, let us know, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? And folks, during the race, you might notice we do, the ads did turn on, but it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to rewind if need be. So if it's the middle of a green flag or something and an ad pops up, you should be able to pause, rewind, do all that good stuff. So it shouldn't really matter. But I definitely don't expect too many, though, as we get ready to roll here. There we go. It is time to get gridded up and rolling here at Watkins Glen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Hutchinson Motorsports TV is live with the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Tonight's action is the Wheels America Racing 110, and tonight's starting lineup is as follows. On your front row in the pole position in the number 12 machine, Frankie Barroso. On his outside, the one of Steve Tucker. Jumping on back here into row number 2 on the inside in the number 74 machine, Ryan Steinhoff. On his outside in the 39, Joseph Mealy. Jumping on back here into row number 3. On the inside, going to be the 09 of Derek Fye on his outside. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 23, bump and run, Jesse Becker. Heading back into row number 4 on the inside, and the 45 from Hutchinson Motorsports TV, Christian Taylor on his outside. The 2, Cody Keller. That's Helen's long-lost cousin. Jumping on back into row number 5 on the inside, gonna be the 36 from Blackout Motorsports, Dylan Morante. On his outside in the 88, Matthew Fleming. Heading back into row number 6 on the inside in the number 9 machine, Michael James on his outside, the 55 of Thomas Meeks. Row number 7 on the inside in the 13 machine, Michael Landfair on his outside, the 31 of Brandon Shelton. Row number 8 on the inside in the 29, Robert Hassan on his outside, the 16 of Landon Bednars. Row number 9 on the inside. I don't think he's finished a race all season. This kid's going to crash eventually in the red Lin Zero machine. It's Gabriel Garcia on his outside. And P18, J.R. Schomburg. Row number 10 on the inside. It's the weapon, everybody's favorite driver. Ladies and gentlemen, the 48, Kerwin Marshall on his outside. The 19, Isaac Balsamo. Row number 11 on the inside in the 11. It's Dakota Collins on his outside, the 56, John Scoville. And that is tonight's starting lineup. We are bunched up, ready to roll here at Watkins Glen, doing a little bit of road course action here tonight. Gonna be a fun one, folks. We appreciate you tuning in here, spending your Tuesday night, or so what is it? It's sorry, it's a Monday. Your Monday night here on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. As you look in the top right of your screen, you will see a track map. Here at Watkins Glen, we are road course racing, and we know turn 1 is gonna get spicy. So we're gonna stay in tune of this 48 machine of Kerwin Marshall. He's probably gonna junk somebody, folks. You're about to see that pace truck head on in and get out of the way. Kerwin Marshall is going to bulldoze through some cars here in a turn 1 as the pace truck is going in right here. There he goes, takes a hard right. Field is set. Front row, Barroso on the inside, Tucker on the outside. Green flag in the air at Watkins Glen. Going 3 wide into turn 1. Morante looking to the inside of Christian Taylor. Barroso going to hold on to the race lead. Nobody has junked it just quite yet, as Kerwin Marshall is off track. So I think he's serving a penalty here. So we're not going to, unfortunately, not going to get Kerwin Marshall out here junking some cars here on lap number 1. But meanwhile, your race leader is Frankie Barroso, but Steve Tucker looking to the outside. Can he get a run on Barroso? Let's hop on board. Gabriel Garcia's junked it, folks. What did I just say? This kid took about half a lap. Here's a 0 of Garcia. The 29's down all the way. Garcia just kind of comes across his nose, it looks like. Let's rewind this one more time here, folks. Take a look at this replay. What do you think? Yeah, 29 really couldn't have done anything else. 00, unfortunately, gets into him. So we go back live here. Ryan Steinhoff takes over the second spot from Steve Tucker. So we got Barroso, Steinhoff, Tucker, followed by Mealy and Fye rounding out your top 5. We go back to 6th, bump and run, Jesse Becker in that 23 machine from Hutchinson Motorsports TV. His teammate Christian Taylor a couple spots behind him in 8th, and we got Dylan Morante in between the 2. Let's hop on board with Christian Taylor, see what he's doing wrong out here, folks. Let us know in the chat what you think. Christian Taylor in the 8th position out of Leland, North Carolina, trying to get through these corners. We're just on lap number 2. Stage 1 is only going to be 7 laps long. Going to be a short one for sure. But a 45-lap race here tonight at Watkins Glen. We're kicked back. We're relaxed. We got ourselves an ice-cold drink here at Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Frankie Barroso looks to be the car to beat. Can anybody find anything for him? Let's hop on board. This Harpoon designed number 12 machine, Frankie Barroso looking good out front, but we got Steinhoff and Tucker right behind, trying to run them down. Meanwhile, let's drop back into Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Battle for last, Dakota Collins in this 11 surge truck right on cue. He loops it around. That's what we call a slide job. Dakota Collins is slow. He's junk. He's in last. Jumping on back here to the 14th position of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Michael Lamphere in that 13 machine. I tell you what, I've got some experience over in the Colorado Springs area. Those of you familiar with American Truck Simulator, I've taken a few trucking loads through that area, so I'm very familiar with Colorado Springs. I probably drove by Michael Lamphere's house. We got one hard to the wall. Michael James is junk. Let's see what happens. Oh, he just loops it off the corner. Now nobody touched him. Smokes the wall head on. He's got major damage. Michael James in the 9 is junk. These guys continue to rip it around here. We're halfway through stage number 1. We changed the stages up here tonight, folks. We did some early stages to try to change some of the racing up later on in this, so it's going to be interesting how this plays out as Frankie Barroso continues to dominate as Steve Tucker is taking back the 2nd position. Ryan Steinhoff falls back to 3rd, followed by Neely and Fye, your top 5. Well, right behind them, bump and run, Jesse Becker. Let's hop on board with the dirtiest driver in the business out of Southport, North Carolina. Bump and run, Jesse Becker. Connor Gerard in the chat. What are you seeing so far, Connor? What is this Connor Gerard intensimeter at right now? Going back in the field a little bit, we see Brandon Sheldon up to the 11th position here. It's time to pull up your HMS TV hard charger board. John Scoville up to the 15th position, folks. He has gained 7 spots since the start of this race. Big diehard Ty Gibbs fan out here. Isaac Balsamo just junked it, by the way. So we're watching Scoville trying to make some more moves. Let's see what happened with Balsamo. Out of Franklin, PA, the number 19 machine goes into the corner. Slide job. So there you have it. Able to keep it rolling, though. Frankie Barroso continues to lead this race with Steve Tucker behind him about a second. 3 laps left to go here in stage number 1, folks. Be sure to click that like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel, world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Connor Gerard says the intense meter is at 55 out of 20. Thanks for that information, Connor. Connor says he's going to be home chilling for Thanksgiving. Hey, Connor, stay tuned. You never know. We may pop up another American Truck Sim live stream. But Connor, if you're on TikTok, we might test out doing one of those streams over on TikTok next time. Again, we don't ever schedule those things. They just kind of pop up out of nowhere. I am off work the rest of the week, though, so I wouldn't be shocked. Maybe I just pop up live a night or two. Might do it on TikTok, might do it on YouTube. I think it's possible to do it on both, but I'm not sure I'm going to go through all that. But Frankie Barroso continues to lead this race. Let's pull up some manufacturer standings for you. In the Toyotas, Steve Tucker currently in the 2nd position. You have 5 Toyotas, average running position of 6.6. That is impressive. In the Fords, you got Frankie Barroso in P1. 4 Fords out there, average running position 10.5. And in the Chevys, Joseph Mealy in 4th, 13 Chevys, 13.8 average running position. Here's the HMS TV QuickTime board. Wait, sorry, that's not it. This is the QuickTime board right here. Frankie Barroso, a 1:10.85, fastest lap of the session so far. Steinhoff second with a 1:10.9, and then Tucker with a 1:10.98. But the last lap around the speedway, Steve Tucker was the fastest car on the track. Not by much, though, but he is gaining just a little bit on the 12 machine of Frankie Barroso. Meanwhile, good run so far for Christian Taylor sitting in that 7th position. Let's give him some TV time because I tell you what, it's been a rough season so far for Christian Taylor. Hopefully he can keep this thing mistake-free. He's got his teammate, bump and run Jesse Becker, just out in front of him. Isaac Balsamo just junked it again. What happened? Here he is, the 19 machine out of Franklin, PA. He is not a road course ringer. He throws a slide job. Meanwhile, Dylan Morante in the 8th position, right behind Christian Taylor. And then we have Cody Keller 9th and Thomas Meeks rounds out your top 10. Boy, look at this beautiful. Oh, there it is. There's the caution flag. Stage 1 is over. Frankie Barroso is your Stage 1 winner. So Barroso gets the job done here. Tucker second, followed by Steinhoff, Mealy, Fye, Becker, Taylor, Morante, Keller, and Meeks. So let's pull in Mr. Frankie Barroso. Do a little quick interview here mid-race, as he is your Stage 1 winner. Get him in here, see how he's feeling. Frankie, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, short stage there, but you're able to get the job done, lead every lap, and bring home the stage win. Are you feeling pretty confident for the rest of this one?
I think so. I don't know how passing's going to be, but it was pretty close on lap 1 with my teammate. But I assume restart's going to be like that. Just got to be on your game. But honestly, I think I'm really confident, and we'll just have to see how these next 2 stages play out.
Absolutely. And it looks like your team, Storm Motorsports, had 4 racers in the top 7 there, so a pretty dominant performance for the team as well.
Yeah, team has showed up. Me and Steve won 2, as well as Jesse and Christian in the 6th and 7th. So yeah, team has showed up, and we're happy to see it.
Absolutely. Well, this next stage is probably going to feel even shorter because by the time you guys pit, you're probably going to have like 5 laps or so of green flag action. But hey, we wish you the best of luck for the rest of this one.
Thank you.
There's Frankie Barroso, your race leader, taking home stage number 1. As he said, his team had 4, or I said it, his team had 4 cars in the top 7, including first and second. So let's see how these guys elect to come down pit road. Some of these guys may just stay out and try to get to the end of stage 2. I don't know. We're going to see how it plays out. But we're going to take a quick break, though. We're going Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side, and it looks like they are staying out. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
And we're back here at Watkins Glen for the Wheels America Racing 110. Stage number 1 is over. Your front row didn't change. It's Frankie Barroso on the inside, Steve Tucker on the outside. Most of these guys elected not to go down pit road, which makes total sense because we're going to have another stage break here in, I don't know, just about, 6 laps. So we're going to bunch them up here. Let's take a look at the pit strategy board. Of course, none of the top 8 pits, so really nothing to look at there. But as always, we appreciate you tuning in here, folks. In the chat, we've got Connor Gerard, as always, and now Fred in the chat as well. Thanks for tuning in here, Fred. Click that like button for us, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. This is going to be a good one. You're watching the Wheels America Racing 110 at Watkins Glen. Let us know in the chat who you're pulling for, who's going to win this one. I mean, Frankie Barroso is definitely going to be tough to get around. Steve Tucker's got some speed, though. These restarts are going to be key, like Frankie Barroso said in his interview. Got to get a good jump. And Steve Tucker, if he tries to make the wrong move, he might get passed again for second. We saw Steinhoff get around him there at the start of this race. But we are set and ready to roll. Pace truck is heading in, and folks, Kerwin Marshall back here a lap down. Let's hop on board, see if he junks anybody. Let's go back to the lead real quick here. So Barroso going to hold on. Tucker might give up the second position once again on this restart. They're going way out wide here. We got 4 or 5 wide in the back. Looks like Steinhoff going to take over the second spot. Tucker goes back to work on him. Well, these restarts have not been friendly for Steve Tucker. He just cannot maintain that second position. It is a hornet's nest back here, folks. Let's keep our eyes on the battle for about the 10th position. You see him door to door. Right now, Brandon Shelton in the 10th spot out of Maryland. And it looks like everybody's playing nice. Falling in a line here, single file. Meanwhile, bump and run, Jesse Becker in this 6th position. So Barroso still out front, followed by Steinhoff, Tucker, Mealy, and Fye, your top 5. Well, here's Jesse Becker going through the final corner. You're going to see him get on to what I call the front stretch, whatever you want to call it, though. Going to pass the start-finish line here shortly. Well, we got one sideways. That is Isaac Balsamo, about his 3rd or 4th spin out of the evening. Boy, this guy's driving road courses like me right now. The 19 machine of Isaac Balsamo. Here he goes. Slide job. Well done, Isaac. So Barroso out front by about 2 seconds. Steve Tucker takes back the 2nd spot from Steinhoff. These restarts are not helping Steve. He's going to have to figure something out here at the end of stage 2 on this final restart of the evening. He's got to get a better start if he wants a shot at Frankie Barroso. Meanwhile, Christian Taylor falls back to the 8th position with Dylan Morante getting around him. And here comes the 31 side by side in a battle for 8th, and he dumps him. Oh, no. Christian Taylor just got dumped. Let's see what happened here, folks. 31 just pulls up underneath him and says, "Get out of the way, loser." Junks him. There you have it, folks. Brandon Shelton just flat out junked him, and he's laughing. He is laughing on the radio right now. Let's take a look. We're on board with Brandon Shelton. Says later, loser. You're not battling me much longer. There you have it. Christian Taylor back to the 19th position. Christian, report to the rear. So we jump back up front here. Joseph Mealy in the 4th position out of Schenectady, New York. Landon Bednar's in the 9th position out of Victoria, Texas, with the Wise Owl wash on the car. Just 3 laps left to go here, stage number 2. 45-lap race here tonight. We got short stages, so it's going to be interesting how this plays out. And, folks, Isaac Balsamo just wrecked again. What is this, the 5th time tonight? This guy is struggling. Isaac Balsamo from Franklin, PA. Slider. How much more can this guy take? Isaac Balsamo, I think you need to report to the pits, buddy. He's doing his best, though, folks. I'll give him that. Slide job off the track. Michael Lamphere goes way wide. And Frankie Barroso just put down the fastest lap of the session, so I don't think tire wear is a concern here so far. Watkins Glen here on lap number 14. Fastest lap of the evening. Frankie Barroso. Jesse Becker with a strategy call. He's going to head down pit road under green and try to flip this stage. Smart decision here by Jesse Becker. This is the last time that he could, I'm sorry, so the pits close when the leader comes to 1 to go. So that was the last time that Jesse Becker had the shot to pit, and he does so. So here comes Barroso, get the 1 to go. Last lap around the speedway. Steve Tucker pitting a little late here. I'm not sure if that's going to fly or not. Typically the pits get closed before now, but nonetheless, Steve Tucker's going to do it anyways. Don't know what the rules are here for all that good stuff, but Frankie Barroso looking to take home stage number 2. Interesting call there by Tucker, though, giving up the stage points. He was in 2nd. Heads down pit road. So we've got Barroso out front, followed by Steinhoff, Mealy, Fye, and Marante. Let's check out the HMS TV chat. We've got Fred out here, Connor, Gerard. 2 of our best and biggest fans here on the world's #1 streaming service. Hey, everybody, we appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to click that like button on the video for us. Subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Drop a comment. Let us know who you're pulling for. What you up to this Monday night as well? Again, Thanksgiving week, just in a few days here. Fred, if you're still out there, well, you got any Thanksgiving plans coming up here, buddy? As Barroso crossing the line here, checkered flag. Frankie Barroso, stage number 2 winner. So we're not going to do another interview. We just interviewed him like 5 laps ago, I feel like. So we're just going to jump to break. Most of these guys going to head down pit road. We're going to rack them up, do it again. We will be right back to the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. we're back here at Watkins Glen in the Wheels America Racing 110. We've got some new cars up front on pit strategy. 3 of these guys elected to pit before the stage break. That's Steve Tucker, your race leader, Jesse Becker in second, and Christian Taylor in third. Smart call by Christian Taylor. You know, he was spun out there, dropped all the way back to 19th. You may as well try something different at that point. Let's see if this works out, though, for Tucker and Becker. We know especially Steve Tucker gave up a lot of stage points here to do this, but this is probably his best chance to win this race. But again, still a long way to go. We've got 26, 27 laps left. So it's going to be Tucker on the inside, Becker on the outside. Pace truck going to head in. We're going to drop the hammer. Go green once again here at the Glen. Pace truck is into the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag in the air. Going into turn 1. Tucker holds on for now, but Becker on the outside looking to get a run going into 2. So Tucker's going to hold on for now. Jesse Becker in second. Frankie Barroso into the 3rd spot. Christian Taylor into 4th here. Let's hop on board, see what he's seeing out his front windshield. We know Frankie Barroso is in a rocket ship here tonight in that 3rd position. In my opinion, it's just a matter of time before Barroso gets back up front. Not much of a tire advantage, really. Tires don't seem to matter because, again, Barroso put his quick time around lap 14 or so. So he's got the 1 or 2 lap fresher tires than these 2 guys, but I don't think that really matters. He's just faster. So he's going to take over that 2nd spot. Michael Lanphier just junked it. Oh, Lanphier just has a little wheel hop and just absolutely annihilates the wall. So meanwhile, Steve Tucker holds on to the race lead for now, but Frankie Barroso is charging in quick. Let's hop on board to your race leader, Steve Tucker. You're watching Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Great races so far here in the Wheels America Racing 110 at Watkins Glen. Be sure to check them out, folks. Search Wheels America Racing. Some of the best stuff in the business, folks. I tell you what, you will be impressed. So it's Tucker in first, followed by Barroso, Becker, Taylor, and Steinhoff, your top 5. Good night so far for Ryan Steinhoff. He's been in the top 5 all night long in that 74 Sunoco machine. Top on board with him in 5th place out of Scottsdale, Arizona, Ryan Steinhoff. Going down the front stretch, Steinhoff looking to get a run on Christian Taylor. Looks like he's going to get to the inside. Making the pass for the 4th position. Taylor's going to need to concede, and he's going to do so. And it looks like Cody Keller has junked it. That ain't it. Here we go. Cody Keller in the 2 car out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. Slider. Almost saved it, but he loops it back around. Kerwin Marshall barely avoids him. So Steve Tucker still your race leader, but Frankie Barroso licking his chops right on that back bumper with 25 laps left to go, folks. There is no way you're holding this 12 machine of Frankie Barroso behind you. Isaac Balsamo loops it around for the 20th time of the night. Here's a 19. Here's a slide job. There you have it. This guy is not a road racer in the 19 machine tonight. Isaac Balsamo, one of the worst in the business. But Steve Tucker continues to lead, followed by Barroso, Becker, Steinhoff, and Taylor, your top 5. Going back to 6, you got Joseph Mealy, followed by Dylan Morante, Thomas Meeks, Matthew Fleming, and Landon Bednarz. good night so far for this cat right here. Bump and run. Jesse Becker in the Toyota Camry number 23 machine out of Southport, North Carolina. Can he hold on to a top 5 run? He could really use it. Battle for the lead hasn't changed too much. These guys coming up on a lap car. That's going to be the number 20 machine here shortly. I'm sorry, the car in 20th, actually. Gabriel Garcia is going to be your lap car coming up. So let's go ahead and change that. You know, right now it's showing the position number. We'll make that show the car number. So Barroso looks to the far outside here. Looking to get a run here. Is he going to junk Steve Tucker? I'll tell you what, if I'm Frankie Barroso, I might just loop him around. Say, get out of the way, Steve. You're holding me up. You did a cheesy pit strategy call to get around me. I'm just going to dump you. That's what Frankie's thinking right now. So just a matter of time here. Frankie Barroso into the grass. He loops it around. Look out, Frankie. Hard to the wall. Frankie Barroso is jumped. Oh, my. That's a race-changing wreck for him. Just cannot get that car going. He has to wait forever. Frankie Barroso, man, that just ruins the whole night. My, oh, my. Falls all the way back to 14th, and he might have just gifted Steve Tucker the win. Man, that is unfortunate. The best car of the evening, Frankie Barroso, was trying to get through the traffic, got all the way to the back bumper of Steve Tucker, and he makes a mistake, loops it around, hits the wall, and he goes all the way to the rear. So Steve Tucker, your race leader, and the good news for Steve is there's really no way to get a caution here at Watkins Glen. These guys would have to have a 20-car pileup and just be stuck on the track, I feel like, to get a yellow. We're most likely staying green all the way here with 22 laps remaining. Steve Tucker coming up on some lap traffic and plenty of space behind him. But here comes the 74. Steinhoff to the back bumper of Becker. Can Steinhoff find his way around the 23 machine? Well, folks, we got 22 laps left to go here. Let's take a quick break. We're going HMS TV side by side. We'll be right back for the Wheels America Racing 110 here at Watkins Glen. And we're back here, folks. Jesse Becker just made a huge mistake in the 74. Reverses it into him for some payback. Oh, man. Let's take a look at this replay. So Becker gets into the wall and then accidentally slams into the 74. Takes him out. Maybe some others. Hang on. Let's find this replay. Give me a moment. Here you have it, folks. Becker was in the second position. So they're side by side. Let's go to the chopper cam. So there you have it. They're side by side. Becker goes to the inside, makes a mistake, slams on the wall, wham, straight into the 74. Anybody else involved here? I don't think so. So then the 74 loops it around, and he sees Becker coming up. He says, you know what? You just took me out, Jesse. Right here. Wham! Junk. Jesse Becker is junk. But Steve Tucker still out front, so it's going to be Tucker followed by Mealy, Morante, and Taylor, followed by Meeks, your top 5. So we're going to go back to break here, folks, as that was a short one. We will be right back. You're watching the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Oh my goodness. Somebody get this 00 off the track. This guy just, oh my gosh. Let's see this replay here, folks. Hang on. I believe Gabriel Garcia somehow found a way to hit like 4 different guys here. Let's find this. One moment here, folks. 1 second here. That ain't it. Manually do this. Timing scoring's not working. So let's go back here. All right. So here you have it. So they're coming up on him. That is Dylan Morante, who was at the time in the 2nd position, I believe. Comes up on the 00 of Gabriel Garcia out of San Bernardino. Garcia smokes the wall, comes up, blocks the 36, comes down, blocks the 39 there, spins out. Then he floors it. Wham! Oh, man. So Taylor has to go off into the grass to avoid him. You know, this is one of those deals. You're a lap car. Like, look at him. You're spun out here. Just stay spun out. Hold the brake. Stay stopped. But no, he keeps it going, takes up the whole track. And then at this point, Christian Taylor almost annihilates him. Let's find. Here's Matthew Fleming. Let's go to the chopper cam real quick. Man, nowhere for Fleming to go. Again, the 0 taking up the entire track. He's parked. Wham! Matthew Fleming is jumped. All because the 00 of Gabriel Garcia. So Steve Tucker out front by about 5 seconds, getting some help from some lap cars, blocking and junking people. So it's Tucker followed by Morante, Mealy, Meeks, and Taylor. So Christian Taylor holds on to a top 5 spot for now. And right behind him, Jack Scoville up to the 6th position. He's going to be your hard charger. Let's take a look. 16 positions gained for Jack Scoville. What a night for him. Isaac Balsamo junked it again, by the way, folks. This is like the 107th time he's wrecked. This guy is almost as big of a weapon as the 00 is tonight. Isaac Balsamo, well, he only does a minor spin out there at least. But see how he waits? See how he parked it? He didn't just keep rolling. He's just waiting. He's like, look, my race is over. I'm slow. I'm lapped. I'm just letting all these guys pass me. Derek Pye almost creamed him anyway. So good call there from Isaac Balsamo. Jesse Becker just junked it too. So here's bump and run Jesse Becker. Man, he turned a good night into a horrible night. Let's see what he does. Oh my gosh! Oh, and he gets to 74 again. These two are not happy with one another. Man, the 74 of Ryan Steinhoff, he says, Jesse, I'm going to fight you in the pits after this race. Jesse Becker junked him earlier, just junked him again. Ryan Steinhoff's night goes from good to terrible, all because of Jesse Becker. This guy is a menace. Looks like we got some guys heading down pit road. That's Scoville, Taylor, and Meeks all down pit road. Your race leader, though, Steve Tucker, out front by about 4 seconds, taking it easy right now. Morante's reeling him in. Tucker knows he's got a big gap to work with. Earlier, J.R. Schomburg junked it. See what happened with Schomburg in the 24 machine. Slide job. There you have it. So Steve Tucker's got this one in control for now with Dylan Morante in second. Joseph Mealy third. Frankie Barroso back up to fourth. Man, keep an eye on this guy. Frankie Barroso might not be out of it. He's still like 13, 14 seconds behind the race leader. But I could see him working himself up to a second place run here, possibly. At least third. I think he definitely has time to get up to third. And that's impressive because we saw him loop it around earlier and he fell all the way back to 14th or 15th. Joseph Mealy heads down pit road, though, so he's going to give up his spot. Steve Tucker staying out there with 15 laps remaining. Folks, we're going to jump back to break because, again, every time I go to break, these guys start to junk it. So we're going to do this one more time. We got Connor Gerard out there, Jared Hutton. Jared Hutton tuned in. Thanks for tuning in, Jared. Everybody, be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Larry McReynolds has a quick message for you. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
And we're back here at the Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Wheels America Racing 110 at Watkins Glen. Steve Tucker, your race leader, should be coming down pit road here any moment. We're in stage 3. 13 laps left to go, about to be 12 this time around. In the chat, we've got Connor Gerard tuned in as always. Ryan Steinhoff popping into the chat. He is not happy with the 23 of Jesse Becker. Now, I tell you what, Jesse Becker spun out twice tonight, and both times right in front of the 74 of Ryan Steinhoff. Bad luck tonight for that 74 machine. He had some serious speed. Unfortunately, he's going to get a DNF. But for now, we got Tucker out front, followed by Dylan Morante second, Derek Fye third, Landon Bednar's fourth, and Joseph Mealy fifth. We are in the middle of a pit cycle, so things will change for sure. Let's pull up the HMS TV pit strategy board. So there you have it. The top 4 still need to pit. Joseph Mealy, though, is good to go on fuel, but he has 43 seconds behind Steve Tucker, so Tucker should be able to hold on to the race lead. Oh, J.R. Schomburg is not happy. Let's see what happened. Oh, my. I have no clue what the 09 is doing here. Hang on. Let's take a look. 09 sees the 24 come out of the pits. He says, you know what? I didn't like Jeff Gordon anyways. Dumps him. J.R. Schomburg not happy. So Steve Tucker still out front. Here comes Dylan Morante down pit road, giving up the second position. When is Tucker going to pit? Just a matter of time. Let's hop on board here with your race leader, Steve Tucker. He's got to be feeling good. Let's see how he's handling this track. Listen in. Steve Tucker is wheeling this thing around Watkins Glen. Just a matter of time before he parks it in victory lane as he heads down pit road. All he needs to do is not speed. You take it easy down pit road. You got a big lead. About 10 laps left to go. Steve Tucker, your race leader, down pit road. Meanwhile, Landon Bednar's in the second position. He's got a pit as well in the number 16 machine. Look out, Kerwin Marshall. The weapon spins out. The 48 tried to take out the 16. He was waiting for him, but he missed him. Keep an eye on this guy right here. It's a matter of time. He hasn't cleaned out anybody yet, but we still got 10 laps left to go. The weapon, Kerwin Marshall. So Bednar's going to take over the race lead briefly, or is he? I don't know. It said he did. There we go. So Bednar's needs to pit, but Steve Tucker actually leaves pit road ahead of him. So Steve Tucker, still your race leader here with 10 laps left to go. Let's check out the chat. We've got Ryan Steinhoff still tuned in. Appreciate you popping in the chat here, Ryan. We know it was a rough night for you. Due to nothing you did wrong, unfortunately. We got Roy Paulelski in the chat, says this race has been wild. That is an understatement, Roy. Absolutely, it's been wild. These guys are junking each other tonight. Not going to lie. This is probably the most carnage I've seen in a road course race, especially at Watkins Glen. Oh, folks, we've got somebody that wants to pop into Ryan Steinhoff. If you're still tuned in, don't go anywhere. We've got somebody coming to the booth. Has something to say. Hang on. If I can find the right channel. I am lost. All right, let's get him here. Jesse Becker, Blake, up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Blake. I got you.
Hey, you know, you were running good there for a while until you weren't.
Yeah. I got in a little bit over my head there. I'd like to issue a public apology to the 74 of Ryan Steinhoff. I could understand if he never wants to see me again in his life on a racetrack. I would definitely get it.
You know, the first one's one thing, and then you spin out later, and who is right there with you? The 74 again.
Yeah, it was like a bad luck magnet kind of deal. The first one was dumb because I shouldn't have been racing him in the first place. He was way faster than me, and then yeah, the second one was just really unfortunate timing. I was like, God, please don't let him hit me, and then he hit me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, it happens, and you know, the good news for you, I guess kind of good news, is that wasn't the only incident tonight. Seems like we've had a handful of them.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the scoreboard. I don't know how many laps the leader has left. Shout out to Steve Tucker leading the way, by the way. Shout out to Storm Motorsports. But I got about a minute left of damage, and then I'm going to go be a hazard again, see if I can get a few extra points. So I guess good luck to everybody else out there.
Well, hey, whenever you're not spinning out, you definitely got speed tonight. But, hey, best of luck the rest of this one, Jesse. Maybe you can get a few more laps in.
Yeah, thank you. I hope I at least made it a little interesting.
Yeah, you did. All right, good luck, Jesse.
Later.
There he is. Jesse Becker wanted to issue a public apology to Ryan Steinhoff. You know, Jesse's normally one of the cleanest racers in the business. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of It's kind of funny to poke at him for that, but he is really the last guy you expect to do boneheaded moves like that. But hey, I guess it happens to all of us. We appreciate Ryan being a good sport with it because you have every right to be unhappy with Jesse Becker. But for now, Steve Tucker, still your race leader. 8 laps left to go. Dylan Morante is second. Frankie Barroso up to third. We know Frankie Barroso's been the best car all night long, but he was in an incident earlier on, fell from second all the way back to 14th or 15th in this green flag run. He has slowly worked his way through the field up to third. Might be able to work to second, but I don't know. He's kind of running out of time for that. Meanwhile, we drop back here. Christian Taylor with Storm Motorsports in the 9th position. Not been a horrible night for him, but he might have been hoping for a little bit better. But he'd be happy with the top 10 overall, I think. But how about this guy right here, John Scoville? Some call him Jack. He is up 15 positions since the start of this race, up to 7th. John Scoville, your hard charger. Good run so far for Thomas Meeks. Meeks in the 55 machine, sponsored by Wheels America Racing. Top 5 run for him so far at San Antonio. Can he hold on? And earlier, it looks like Dakota Collins looped it around. Let's take a look. Here comes a slide job. Wham! Oh, gosh. Dakota Collins is junk in his 11 machine. Let's check out the chat, though. We got Connor Gerard still tuned in. Ryan Steinhoff still sticking around. Appreciate you guys hanging out here. 6 laps remain here in the Wheels America Racing 110 on Hutchinson Motorsports. Steve Tucker, your race leader, and Dylan Morante is right there with him. He's ran him all the way down. Does Morante have something for your race leader, Steve Tucker, with 6 laps left to go? Yeah, Ryan Steinhoff says he sees what happened. Jesse Becker, the 23 car, took out the only other car that they had to worry about. Well, there were other ones out there, but it was definitely seemed to be gunning for you, Ryan. We got Roy Paelski pulling for Steve Tucker. Boy, I don't know. Tucker had a huge lead, and it is all gone. Dylan Morante has figured something out. Steve Tucker looks to be a sitting duck. I don't think he can hold him off. Not sure what about the pit strategy. I'm looking at pit times. Steve Tucker, I think, took fuel only or something. I see Morante had a 9.7 second pit stop. Tucker had a 7.3 second. So I think Tucker went fuel only. Maybe Morante got 2 tires or something. I don't know. There's definitely a big difference right now, and there's no way Tucker can hold off Dylan Morante. Morante just needs to be patient. He's got plenty of time. 5 laps left to go. He's much faster at the moment. Just needs to find a good spot to pass him. Out of Northampton, Pennsylvania, Dylan Morante. Christian Taylor just junked it. Oh, man. Hutchinson Motorsports announcers are not doing well tonight. Let's see what Christian Taylor does here. Slider. Wham! Junk. Well done, Christian. So Christian Taylor's got a junk race car as we watch this battle for the race lead. Dylan Morante back to the back bumper of Steve Tucker. Going to be 4 laps left to go this time around. Can Tucker find a way to hold on? Looks to be a sitting duck now. It's going to be tough. Jared Hutton in the chat. Appreciate you popping in here, Jared. And there goes Morante to the inside. Door-to-door battle for the race lead. New race leader, Dylan Morante. Man, that happened out of nowhere. Tucker had a huge lead. And I think he went fuel only on the pit stop, and he lost it all. So it looks like Morante is going to be able to pull away now unless he makes a mistake. 4 laps left to go. Dylan Morante trying to bring home his first win of the season here in the Flim Dogs Racing League Wheels America Racing Cup Series. Let's pop over to our buddy Larry McReynolds. Has a quick message for you, and we'll be right back here for the finish of this one. Go ahead, Larry.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Dylan Morante continues to lead. 3 laps left to go here in the Wheels America Racing 110 at Watkins Glen on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchison Motorsports TV. Yeah, Steve Tucker really doesn't have anything from Morante, and the lap car's throwing blocks on him right now. Boy, Lanfair pulls over for the leader, and then he starts racing Steve Tucker. I think he tried to junk him. Oh, look out! Oh, my goodness! Wow, what just happened? Let's take a look here. Morante able to get around, but here it is. So Lanfair loops it around. I'm trying to find... Hang on here, folks. I'm struggling to find this. Is this it? No, that's after Tucker already wrecked. I can't find it. I don't know. We'll have to manually rewind here, folks. Give me a minute. Still got a little bit of time here. Don't worry. Morante's out front by a mile now. So let's watch this from here. So we're on board here. Steve Tucker currently in the 2nd position at the time of this. Lap car throws a block on him, so Tucker goes to the inside, gets around him, and then coming up here, you're about to see something deadly. All right, let's find this. This is the 31 of Brandon Shelton. I have no clue what the hell he's thinking. He has a lap down. Look at him. Boy, we've had some bonehead moves. This might be one of the worst ones, though. So, okay, so crash is one thing. You know, mistakes happen, but look at him. Say, oh, here comes the traffic. What in the hell are you doing, Brandon? So Brandon Shelton just decides to back it up, junk Steve Tucker. Tucker down pit road. He is done. So Dylan Morante, white flag in the air, last lap around. He's got a 2nd lead. Frankie Barroso only a 2nd behind him. Man, if Barroso had 1 or 2 more laps, he probably could have found a way back out front. Look how close Barroso got. Almost went from the back to the front. He is going to run out of time, it looks like, though, unless Morante makes a mistake. Again, this is the last lap around the speedway here in the Wheels America Racing 110. Dylan Morante probably going to be able to hold on. Barroso's giving it everything he has, though. Couple more corners left to go. Barroso's going to have to make a miracle. Last turn right here. Dylan Morante out of the final corner. Big run from Barroso. Side-by-side drag race out of nowhere. Checkered flag in the air. Frankie Barroso wins it. Oh, my gosh. Look at this move. Frankie Barroso out of nowhere just turns on the jets there that last corner. Look at this replay. I've never seen anything like this, folks. My goodness, we know he had the fresher tires, but he just had a huge run right here. Big move there. Goes off into the grass for a second. Morante tries to sideswipe him, slow him down. It wasn't enough. Frankie Barroso parks it in victory lane. Boy, after about, I think the entire top 5 was junked. And then Morante miraculously gets around Tucker. And then out of nowhere at the end, Frankie Barroso, after getting turned earlier on, able to pull off the win. So it's going to be Barroso, Morante, and Mealy, your top 3. Let's pull these guys in for some interviews. We've probably got some unhappy drivers tonight. Top 3 aren't going to be unhappy, but most everybody else is. Try to find these guys here, folks. 1 minute. All right, we got Joseph Mealy here, your third place finisher. Let's get him in here. Joseph, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got a copy, man.
Hey, an eventful race there. You know, a lot seemed to happen to our race leaders throughout that one, but you're able to keep your nose clean for the most part. It seemed like you bring home a third place finish here at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened. Feel bad. Frankie's an amazing racer. He's an awesome guy. I just feel bad for that. I can't think of the guy who finished second, but I feel terrible right now. But yeah, it was a good race. I'm not good at road courses, so finishing top 3, it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm happy. It was a lot of fun. Yeah,
well, he did a great job out there tonight. We probably have a lot of unhappy drivers. Had a few crazy moves here tonight, especially for a road course, but has to feel good getting the podium run. Do you know where we're going next week?
No, I have no idea.
Let's see if we can find out real quick. Trying to find here's the schedule right here. So we got Watkins Glen. Next week going to be Talladega. How you feeling about going from Watkins Glen to Talladega?
I love Talladega. Sign me up. I'm excited for it. Let's go.
Are you sure you can handle it? I mean, you got to keep it floored there.
I can handle 5 days in Dega. I can handle 2 hours in the sim.
Well, hey, you did a great job out here tonight at Watkins Glen. Before you head out, though, you got any shout-outs or anything for our fans watching at home?
Yeah, shout out all my friends. Shout out to Matt Fleming and everybody who puts this league on. Shout out to my family who's watching. I appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys. And like always, it's just nice to race with a great group of guys, and I'm glad we could do that again tonight, regardless of hurt feelings. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Good time.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations again on podium finish here tonight. Joseph Mealy, third place finisher.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So there's Joseph Mealy, your third place finisher. Let's get Dylan Morante in here. Probably unhappy, you know, almost had the win, and Barroso pulls off a miracle move at the end. Let's get him in here. Dylan, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Man, what a night. You know, out of nowhere, you find a way around Steve Tucker, take over the race lead, and then Frankie Barroso just pulls off a miracle move in the last corner and somehow finds a way around you.
Yeah, unfortunately. I know I had the right strategy on Steve after we found out that he didn't take any tires, so it was just a matter of time of just reeling him in and trying to overtake him in a clean fashion. But once I passed him, unfortunately, I just played too conservative on my end. I wasn't pushing the car hard enough to keep the lead that I established. And on the last corner, I burnt tires a little too much, spun them a little too hard, and he got around me because of it.
Absolutely. You know, it kind of looked like you had it one there on the back half. They're on the long straightaway on the back stretch. And then, again, those last 2 corners, it seemed like he just never even lifted. I don't know, it just somehow stuck.
Yeah, just like I said, I burnt the left front because we took 2 only on the caution. So definitely burnt them up trying to catch Steve and passing him. So at the end there, I was worried about just keeping the car on track. And like I said, unfortunately, I just played too conservative. It was a great try from him to bring it back in, but unfortunately, we just had too much to overcome tonight with the messing up qualifying and then getting stuck with some other slower cars on the track.
Yeah, you know, we had a lot of chaos out there. It seemed like we had a handful of interesting incidents, so I'm sure we're going to have some unhappy drivers in the Discord tonight. But, hey, nonetheless, you bring home a second-place finish. Before you head out, you got any shout-outs or anything for our fans watching at home?
Yeah, shout out to you. I'm sure you got a great view up in the booth there on that last corner. I'm sure you were much more excited than I was seeing that. Shout out to the team. They gave me a great strategy at the end. I just couldn't bring it home. And as always, shout out to the flagship guys for putting this league on.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations nonetheless on your second place finish. Didn't bring home the win, but a podium has to feel good nonetheless.
Yeah.
All right, that was Dylan Morante. A little disappointed, as you can expect. You know, you think you have the win in the bag, and then out of nowhere you don't. But, hey, a podium run has to feel good here at Watkins Glen. But, folks, it is time to get the star of the show tonight. He had the best car of the evening and made a miracle move at the end to make the final corner pass at Watkins Glen. Frankie Barroso. Let's get him in here. Frankie, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. What a finish there out of nowhere. It seemed like, it was over. You had nothing for them. And those last two corners, you just had a huge run and were able to make that outside line stick, and you made the pass.
Yeah, but honestly, the first 20 laps of the race, maybe 20, 25, or before my mess up, it went as good as I could have hoped for, and just that little hiccup. After that, I was like, well, I got work to do. So I was just didn't care about tires, didn't care about fuel. I was like, all right, we're just gonna. Every corner is 115%, nothing less. So that's what it did, and I was just lucky enough that the cards kind of fell the way they did.
Yeah, now, do you think taking 4 tires at last stop, obviously it worked out for you. You think that was the right call?
I think for me it was, just because I slid them, and to be honest, like, if I hadn't slid them, it would have been maybe a little more consideration for no tires, but it's kind of depends how you are on new tires. Like, save your tire, then honestly you could do what a good chunk of us did at the end of stage 1 and just stay out and whatnot, but couldn't, then probably 4 tires would have been your better call. It's kind of depends on who it is.
Yeah, no, definitely, I can understand that. But hey, it worked out for you. I believe you fell all the way back to 14th whenever you had the spin out, and we were green the whole time there. So you had those last, 20 laps or so to work all the way through the field and take home the win here tonight.
Yeah, I knew I was pretty confident in my pace, but considering where I was like, oh, never mind. I'm gonna apologize to Steve after this, because I told him that he had this, but fortunately something happened, and yeah, sorry. I'm just gonna say now, sorry, Steve, for early calling it, but I'm glad it kind of fell my way.
Yeah, bad luck there for Steve Tucker, and not only did he get past, then he ends up getting dumped there by a guy spun out and threw it in reverse as Steve was coming up on him. So unfortunate night for Tucker. He's gonna finish, I believe, in the 11th position.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that, and I'll tell you what, it was a little jump scare for me too. But I was lucky enough to where I was a little bit further back. But honestly, like, I'm still really glad it kind of fell my way and how the strategy came out. It would have been interesting to see what could have happened on my side if I spin out.
Yeah.
But either way, still got the W and can't complain.
Yeah, you've been killing it since you made your arrival here in the series. Now, next week we're heading to Talladega. Obviously, a much more even playing field. How you feeling about your chances over there?
Hate my chances. I'm not a super speedway guy. I know the basics and whatnot, but fortunately, I just don't have that kind of super speedway asset into my game. And I'm no Dale Earnhardt Jr., that's for sure. But at the very least, I can hold my own. I can play with strategy here and there. And at the end of the day, it's going to be strength in numbers, and hopefully next week Storm Motorsports shows up next week too.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Storm Motorsports had some speed all night long, and unfortunately, I think most of you guys ended up in some incidents. But hey, you bring home the big win here tonight in the Wheels America Racing 110. Before you head out, though, Frankie, you got any shout-outs or anything?
Yes. First, I'd like to shout out my sponsor, Harpoon Design, Brantley, for putting this awesome paint on the track, as well as race day. 623 Speedworks, and obviously my team for this league, Storm Motorsports. We were, like, at the end of the day, what people might not talk about is one of the reasons why I won is because Steve was when he knew he didn't have it, he was a good teammate and held up the 36 as long as he could. So at the end of the day,
yeah,
this win doesn't happen if Steve doesn't do that. And obviously, there'll probably be some hurt feelings for other people tonight, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I'm just glad I can walk out of here with a W.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations on another big win here tonight at Watkins Glen. Frankie Barroso, your winner.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching.
There you have it. Frankie gets another one. Wow, what a finish. I thought this race was over, folks. Honestly, I was ready to pack my stuff up, head out of here. I thought he had no chance, but that final corner, Frankie Barroso makes it stick, gets the checkered flag, parks it in victory lane on the world's #1 streaming service. In the chat, we've got Ruben Rodas. That's the Ruben Rodas. Is that the best trucker on the West Coast? I can't believe he's in here, folks. Wow. I'm speechless, honestly. But Frankie Barroso brings home your win. Dylan Morante second. And Joseph Mealy rounds out your podium here tonight. You just watched the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, The Wheels, America Racing, 110 Monday night action. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back here with the Stars and Stripes series, their season finale. You're not going to want to miss it. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, all that good stuff. We got some cool stuff coming up here in the near future, folks. That's going to round out the night. Let's finish it out with our buddy Larry McReynolds in the new Hutchinson Motorsports TV promo, which was done by Juicy Spider Studios. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Blake Hutchinson, the GOAT.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Green light check here. Clear all around. Clear.
Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green.